I recently got the in-wall cable management kit. It's really nice. Comes with the instructions, which also acts as your template for installation. Comes with the wall kit, so you can install this as needed. It's really easy to install once you cut the hole, and I'll show that in a minute. Also comes with the outlet, faceplate, and installation pieces for the outlet. So really easy, really nice. Let's go ahead and get started. I've already cut a small hole and pulled the wires for my TV through. And now I am needing to cut the larger hole to fit the box. I want to orient my box like so I'll just make sure to do a vertical orientation on the template. You can see that I already have where I have my center line marked. And to get the center line on here, just fold it in half. So now I know where my center line is. And I do have wires in the way. If you haven't pulled your wires yet, this will be a little bit easier. The other thing that I want to do is I want to put the center line up on the top. So I'm just going to take my level, get a center line on the top. Since I folded this in half, I only have to get the top and the bottom lined up. And then when I trace this on this half, you can see if I go up to that line that it's level. Then we just move the cables to the other side, line up again where the fold is, top and the bottom, trace it out. And then I'm ready to begin cutting out my hole. Using an oscillating saw is great for this. Really easy to cut out. All I have to do is make sure the wires are out of the way, and I can begin cutting. There it is. Cut out. There we go. Okay, next it's time to get ready to install the actual wall plate. First, one thing I learned is you want to install the gang box first into the opening here. And so to do that, I had already attached these to the gang box. You don't want to do that in this instance. You don't want to do that. So I'm going to take them off for a minute, leave the screws in place, but I'm going to take the plastic tabs out. So I have the tabs here, the screws here. I take my wall plate, and with the wall plate, I'm just going to put it in, or should, sorry, the gang box, put it in with the screws. I'm going to lay it this way so those screws don't fall out. Put my fingers over the screws, turn it around. And you can see here, you have a screw here and here. I dropped a screw. So, screw here. Take one of the pieces of plastic. Actually, take the piece of plastic with the lever on one side and the flat edge so it lays flush. And then go ahead and carefully turn it around, pushing that plastic piece up. You can actually turn that piece of plastic so it stays in, like so. Now I'm going to screw in this side. So I started screwing in this side here. I'm going to go ahead and keep that going. Hold that plastic tab down. So now I have that tab right there. I'm going to keep it where it's at and go ahead and put the other tab in right here. Okay, I found the screw. Put the screw into the plate. Put this with the, so if you look carefully, there's a flat edge on here and a little standoff. The standoff points up, the flat edge points towards the plastic. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold my little piece of plastic here and take and begin to screw in the screw into that plastic. All right, the box is in and the little plastic piece here, wide edge out, is grabbing into these reinforced areas, holding that in place, and now I'm ready to install the gang box. Going to separate the cables, pull my electrical through the gang box, pull my audio and video cables through the brush side, and now I'm ready to install the gang box. To do the actual install, I've got to fold these little plastic pieces up out of the way for the bottom, and for the top, just make sure that they're laying towards the left side, so they're ready to go. I'm going to carefully push these into place and then tighten them. Okay, don't over tighten them because you can break it, but there it is. It's now secure. I have the electrical and my audio video cables ready to go. Just gonna tuck this out of the way so it's not dangling so much. All right, so next, now that we have that done, we can wire up our electrical outlet. So the outlet's good to go. Or I should say the gang box with the wall plate's good to go. I have my cables that I want pulled through already. And now I can install the electrical outlet. Take off the protective plastic. And need screwdriver, Phillips and flathead, and wire cutters to get this hooked up. I'm going to make this a little bit shorter because it's pretty long. It's a pretty deep gang box, so I can tuck a lot of cable in there. For cutting the actual sheath, I like to use a utility knife. So I take my utility knife and just carefully cut down the middle, trying not to cut through the paper and into the insulation on the other wires. Pull the paper back, expose the positive, negative, and ground, and then I can go ahead and strip the wire. I like to use the actual screws to hold my wires in place. It does have a strip gauge on here to know about how much to strip, so you can actually just hold this up and get a good idea if you need to for how much to take off. Okay, and here you have the brass and you have your silver. This is brass for the hot or the black wire typically, and then the white wire and your ground up here. So let's go ahead and hook that up. Oh, and I haven't mentioned the power. There's no power running to this. I would not be doing this if the power were still on. Okay. Okay, next is the ground, which And bend the wire a little bit. Hook it in place. Tug on them, make sure they're tight. Okay. Okay, something else that I like to do is get a little bit of electrical tape and wrap it around just to prevent these studs from being exposed. So just take, I like to do this. Now that that's done, I have my electrical outlet ready. Carefully tuck it into the gang box. Line up the screws. Okay. Okay, have that in. Next, I can install the wall plate, which this kit comes with. Came with the outlet, came with the wall plate. Dropping stuff. Put the wall plate on. You can see it fits nicely. Looks nice. Take the screws. Okay, I have the wall plate on there. Take the screws with the small flathead and go ahead and put those in. There you go. So here it is installed. See, it looks really nice. Brushes do a great job letting large wires, cables like HDMI cables, have a fiber optic cable here. Nice plug. Great. I'm really happy with it.